Hey, Facebook friends, good afternoon. Welcome to Coaching with Connie. I want you to tell me today, right now, what is holding you back or who is holding you back, because you are not being the greatest version of you. I know it because I see it every single day when I'm working with different people and trying to help them share all of the good information that they have. And this is what I want you to understand is this is not all about you. It's about what you're doing around you to let people influence your personality, your individuality, your ability to do great things for yourself. It's about you in the respect that you have to share the goodness that you have, whether it's talking online, whether it's giving information, whether it's sharing the reference of that great restaurant you had, or the amazing haircut that you had, or the incredible activity you had, work opportunity you had because of someone else. So who is holding back your brain from being the best you? And I said a few minutes ago, it's not about you, it's about you. But this is about why are you letting someone else dictate how you respond to things? We're all going through a lot of changes right now. And here's what I want to share with you. Everybody has a different way of looking at it, and that's okay. That's what makes us all individuals. Respecting each other's individuality is what's so important. But there's a lot of people out there that don't do that. And so what I need you to do is look inside yourself and say, who or what am I letting hold me back? I want you to do an exercise. I want you to sit down. I know this is hard because, it really comes to, first of all, taking the time to do it. Second of all, really being honest with yourself. But I want you to write 2 lists, 5 things. That's it. 2 lists, so total of 10 items, but I want you to be really serious. And I want you to write down 10 people that are in your surroundings that are holding you back. And the reason I want you to do this is because I think a lot of us hold on to different things because maybe we own a business, so we feel like, well, we can't act a certain way because we have to do certain things. Or maybe we're holding on to certain people in our circle because maybe it helps our business, or maybe it is someone else in your circle likes them, and so you feel like maybe you need to connect with that person or stay under that person's thumb because you need to have that person in your circle to keep things level, to keep things going, to keep everybody happy. So not true. So I want you to sit down, top 5 people that are holding you back. And I want you to be really, really honest, because this may be a brother or a sister. It may be your mom or your dad, maybe your grandmother, maybe an aunt. I don't know if you've seen that. I think it's a Geico commercial. And these people buy a house and all the ants are there. And the one lady standing in the refrigerator, expired. And then the other one is talking about social media and they're just doing all these negative things. Wow, this is a big house to clean. All that negativity. So I want you to be really honest. This can be just between you and yourself. But I need you to sit down and say, I need to write down 5 people that are holding me back. And holding you back can be as simple as just being the negative Nancy or the negative Nell or the negative Ned. I was trying to think of a guy and name real quick, but a negative Ned in your head that is always not supportive of your ideas, not supportive of your actions. Who are those people? I want you to write that down. And the other list I want you to write down is what things are holding you back, what activities, what things are stopped or roadblocks in your way. What are you letting hold you back? And those are 5 activities things I want you to think about. Maybe it's, you don't like to go outside when it's raining, and so mentally that's holding you back. Have you ever done that and just danced in the rain or stood in the rain and let the rain wash you off? Yeah, we don't want to be all wet. You don't want your clothes all wet. You don't want your makeup running or your hair get messed up. Or for guys, maybe the gel in your hair, or, maybe you don't want your tie to get wet, or you don't want your work uniform to get wet. Who cares? Do it for me one time. And and just let yourself be there and feel how refreshing it is. Now, maybe that's not for you, or maybe that's not holding you back. Maybe something that's holding you back is somebody's opinion, and maybe it's not an individual. Maybe it is, I told you guys last time that I, ride a motorcycle, and a lot of times I find myself getting in the opinion of everybody else when I ride. And that's not an individual person, but it's an activity. And it's something that happens that I sometimes let get in my head, and I have to self-talk myself. Or, you know, I was working with somebody recently, somebody very close to me, who was driving a vehicle that wasn't their own vehicle, and it was becoming kind of a regular drive. And they were really struggling, because it's a big vehicle, about backing up. And so one thing that we talked about was, are you worried because everybody else has a thought about it? It's not a person. This isn't a person for the person list. It's the activity, and it's the things surrounding the activity. That's the kinds of things I want on your list. And then what I want you to do is, after you come up with those 5 things on each list, so a total of 10 things, I want you to sit and really analyze how important that person or the activity is in your life. And if it's that important, then I want you to figure out a way to compartmentalize the struggle that is. So when you're talking about a person, so think about this. I had a person in my life that was just really always caused a lot of tension between me and other friends, and always caused a lot of struggle. And so at some point I had to decide, was I going to get rid of that person out of my life? It wasn't a practical thing, because it would affect some relationships. Or was I going to learn how to compartmentalize it? And sometimes that's how you have to do it. I mean, when the person that's holding you back is your mom or your dad or your Aunt Sally, of course you can't not talk to them again, but what you have to learn to do is put that in its place. So when that person starts giving you that negative Nancy or that negative Ned, you have to learn how to put that in a place that doesn't affect your brain. And I know that sounds really hard, but it's really not. You have to consciously make that choice. So the next time you're around that person, you just have to be aware. You have to get yourself in that frame of mind that what you're doing is important to you, and it is real, and it is good. As long as you're not doing something illegal or something that will harm someone else intentionally, then you gotta do it. And it doesn't matter what the other people or the other surrounding activities put in your way. And so the same is true with the activities. If there's something that is really holding you back, then I want you to figure out how to release that out of your life, whether it is you put it aside or you consciously contract your brain to overcome what that is. Because here's what I'm here to tell you. You guys have some amazing superpower. And it may not be something that you maybe even think is a big superpower, but it's the reason you're here, and we all need to know that. And if you're being suppressed by a person or an activity or a thing, you need to shed it. And shedding it may not be get rid of it. You have to figure out how to put it in its own little bubble, so every time it bounces and hits you, it doesn't tink your armor, because you don't need it. So when that person or that activity is bouncing around you, it's a bubble that just bounces off of you. So you have to figure out how to encapsulate it and how to push it away out of your head. I love to help you understand or talk through some of this stuff. This is what Coaching with Connie is all about. It's trying to help all of us get through those hurdles, those people, those negative Neds, and make yourself open to the gifts that God put out there for you, or whatever you may believe in, the gifts that were given to you when you were born. All of that is stuff we need, and I want to help you share that. So reach out to me. Let me know what you think. But let's start thinking about I want you to do that exercise and setting things into their own little bubble. Push them away, or put them in a situation where when they hit you, it doesn't tink your armor. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week so far. I really look forward to talking to you real soon. Remember that what Connie does is I help you expose the expertise within your brain and in your body. So let me talk to you about how to do that. Go to conniefuchsa.com and check that out, or message me here and let's talk a little bit more about how we can expose your expertise, because you are an expert. We just have to make sure that all the rest of the world understands your expertise. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks for tuning in to Coaching with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa. Bye-bye.